So they made
money. Okay, hold on. Listen. So last year they went to the finals, right? The year before they got swept. And then the Eastern Conference in 2018, they had Kyrie Irving on their team. You know how long ago that was?
It was a while, a couple of years. Warriors, oh my gosh, they're sliding even more. They're 0-3.
Oh, really? And then the Celtics have been 2-4 in their last 6.
What in the world is going on?
I don't want to hear it.
What's going on? Sorry, my voice is a little hoarse. I've been yelling and partying here. But they were so NC State during the tournament. They were, as we were coming home the other night from dinner, we're looking at the Michael Jordan Steakhouse, by the way. We're coming home from dinner, and we see that, oh man, NC State's blowing these guys out by like 30 points, right? Yeah. Everyone with me was like, oh man, look, NC State's blowing them out. I said, pause, just wait a minute. They'll probably lose next game. Because that's just how they do. And that's exactly what they did. Bucks on the easy part of their schedule. They're not playing.
Now that's the excuse. Who else goes on a 16-game winning streak? Oh my gosh!
Been done. Been done before. I'm not going to overreact about a 16-game winning streak, and I'm not going to overreact from that law firm of Tatum and Brown.
Yeah, the law firm that's been absolutely horrible in the last 6 games.
This is former Chicago Bear Desmond Clark. And y'all hear me on many podcasts, but when y'all hear me on Pick'em Pros, y'all know it's all about family. This ain't just business.
We're coming back tonight. We're going to tie it up 2-2, go back to Golden State, then 3-2, then we're going to control the series.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. You know who it is. I am Derek Thompson.
And I'm Diego Thompson.
And who are we?
We're the Pick'em Pros.
We are the Pick'em Pros coming back at you in the house. Virtual action here. We have not been virtual for a while. You, my friend, are in your room in the North Carolina area.
Yep.
I am here in Chi-Town doing my research, doing my work, my due diligence, studying for March Madness so I can take you down. But anyway, how you doing, man?
Oh, I'm doing good. I was watching the real basketball and ACC tournament on the television. I'm watching Duke, watching them absolutely destroy Miami and Pitt. They beat Pitt by 30.
Do they even have a basketball team?
They were ranked at one point. They were ranked.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hey, man. What jersey are you rocking, man? Yes. See you.
We're in North Carolina, so I'm rocking the Charlotte Larry Johnson jersey from a little back in the day. So just showing off my knowledge of the past.
What do you know about Larry Johnson?
I know everything about Larry Johnson, man.
Yeah. Man, I used to have the part in the middle, like LJ, man. I go to the bar.
Weren't you a Bulls fan? You were like, no, you're kind of all over the place, but you know.
Well, hey, I was living in North Carolina at the time while Larry Johnson was there, so definitely was part of that. But all right, man. Oh, and hey, speaking of North Carolina, what's up with your Panthers with the #1 pick in the draft?
Oh yeah. The Panthers getting that #1 pick. That's really big for us. We realized what we had to do. Tepper knew what he had to do. He knew what he had to get done. He's made some gutsy decisions This is probably the gutsiest trading up for that #1 pick, giving away 4 future draft picks and their top receiver to get this #1 pick. And you know what they're gonna do? They realized they brought in too many guys. They brought in Sam Darnold didn't work, Baker Mayfield didn't work, PJ Walker, XFL guy, didn't work. All the other QBs that they brought, even Cam they brought back, didn't work. And so now they realize that they gotta get their guy. This #1 pick is going to be their guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do they even know who they're going to take?
Yes, they do. They know they're going to take Bryce Young. He's the man.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're just acting like they don't know who they're going to take and throw people off. Is that the case?
Panthers?
Yeah.
They know who they're going to take.
They know who they're going to take. Okay,
what do you mean? They have the number. They don't need to throw anyone off.
Okay. Well, I read other ones. I read that they're high on CJ and the Kentucky guy, and they like all of them, but they're not sure who they're going to take yet. But you may have sources inside, so maybe you truly know that.
Yeah, they're going to take Bryce Young. It's fine. They know who they're going to take. Yep.
Okay. All right. We will see. We're definitely excited about that and all the free agency moves in the NFL. So we'll be talking about that soon. March Madness, really excited about that. We've got our Pick'em Pros brackets coming out.
Yeah.
Again, you can enter that. Check us out on social at the Pick'em Pros, and you can find out how to get into that. We'll be broadcasting from Zaxby's in 2 weeks. That's going to be cool. Just so much going on with March Madness. And again, you've been watching the ACC conference, which is down this year. So I decided to come here.
Wait a minute. Let's talk about the Big Ten. The Big Ten is questionable. I want to hear about it. And then the ACC, you got Miami, who's top ranked. You have Duke. You have Duke, who's top ranked. You have Virginia, who's top ranked. And then you still have these other schools like I don't even want to say their name. NIT, the NIT Tar Heels, in North Carolina. And then you got Pittsburgh and Wake Forest and NC State. Don't forget about NC State there. Yeah.
Speaking of NC State, they were so NC State. Okay, and this is coming from an NC State fan, but they were so NC State during the tournament. They were, as we were coming home the other night from dinner, we're looking at this Michael Jordan Steakhouse, by the way. We're coming home from dinner, and we see that, oh, man, NC State's blowing these guys out by like 30 points, right? We're like, oh, okay. I was like, you know what?
Wait, what? I don't know about that. Are you sure?
The night before State lost, right? They blew the team out.
I get it.
Exactly. Total NC State. So everyone with me was like, oh, man, look, NC State's blowing them out. I said, pause. Just wait a minute. They'll probably lose next game. Because that's just how they do. And that's exactly on cue what they did. Typical NC State. Again, coming from an NC State fan, all you got to do is pause and wait. It's similar to the Dallas Cowboys, similar to some other teams, to where any big win, it's going to be followed by a big loss. So anyhow, that's just how that works. Right. Well, okay. We'll see what happens there. All right. Well, let's get into NBA.
So now you're questioning us.
Questioning you?
Yeah, you're
questioning Duke.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely questioning Duke. You're not going to win the tournament. What's Duke going to win?
So we're going to win the ACC tournament. No question.
Against who's ACC? Who does Duke play next?
Virginia.
I don't know.
And we should have beat them, but it was the call at the end. Yeah, you remember that game when the Virginia game we played Virginia, and the guy and the ACC admitted that the guy fouled our player, and they didn't call it, and they lost in overtime.
I remember that. Yeah, but Virginia's looking a lot better now. So,
and that was Duke looking. They barely beat Pitt the first time, then they beat them by 30.
Duke's looking a little better.
Duke's looking a lot better.
We'll see. You're gonna continue to hold Kirby, as you are going to need your support.
No,
support
this
dog.
is personal pleasure only.
That is
personal
fitting to hold Kirby. What's up, Kirby? I'll see you when I get home. All right. Well, let's get to our NBA topics here. We are going to talk about the Celtics' level of concern by them going 2-4 in their last 6 games. They're definitely sliding. Warriors, oh my gosh, they're sliding even more. They're 0-3.
Oh, really? Oh, really? And then the Celtics have been 2-4 in their last 6.
What in the world is going on?
I don't want to hear it.
What's going on? Sorry, my voice is a little hoarse. I've been yelling and partying here. Suns, their title chances. Okay. With KD slipping, busting his ankle in the warm-up line.
It's gonna be out 3 weeks.
But he's out a couple of weeks. What are the Suns' title chances? Lakers, will they make the playoffs? I think they definitely will, but really more, how far will they go with the issues with LeBron? And then last but not least, the Sacramento Kings are now second in the West. Are we all overlooking the Sacramento Kings? How far can Sacramento go? We're going to talk about that as well. But let's talk about the Boston Celtics. Sliding a little bit.
Yeah.
2-4 the last 6 games. What's going on with the Celtics, man?
Well, first off, I think it's the coach. They named the coach the permanent coach. So, and then ever since then, they've been sliding a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You noticed. So there's that, and then and I thought Tatum and Brown were getting a little too happy. They're the number 1 seed, and then they're just kind of chilling. They're just chilling, and then they're just on a losing streak. And then the Bucks, they were on oh my goodness, they were on a 16-game winning streak, and now they're on another 3-game winning streak. They have another one. Oh my gosh!
Wow.
Yeah, the Bucks are like the easy, I would say, favorites, and
the Bucks on the easy part of their schedule. They're not playing anybody. Right
now that's the excuse. Who else goes on a 16-game winning streak? Oh my gosh!
It's been done. It's been done before. I'm not going to overreact about a 16-game winning streak, and I'm not going to overreact from that law firm of Tatum and Brown.
Yeah, the law firm that's been absolutely horrible in the last 6 games.
Not going to overreact from
Have
this.
you seen them?
They're simply.
They lost to the Knicks at home with no Brunson.
That is true. But I think we had somebody for that game as well. I believe Robert Williams was out. Oh, and also Brogdon. So we didn't have our point guard, and that's been a big part of this losing streak, so to speak.
He's back.
Haven't had full team, haven't really been whole. I do agree with you. I think Udoka is a much better fit coaching wise for the Celtics. Don't think it's a coincidence that right when they named him the current coach, the full-time coach, there's been some sliding there. I think that the team felt that Udoka was going to ultimately end up coming back. So, yeah, they're slipping a little bit, but I think they're still going to be there when it matters. They're still going to be there when it counts. These guys, they've gone deep in the playoffs so many times. They're
deep in the playoffs one time.
They're just ready. They're just ready for the playoffs.
They went one time. They went on one. Hey, you think one deep run is gonna match is the equivalent of multiple?
They've made multiple deep runs. They've been.
No, they haven't.
They've been to the Eastern Conference Finals multiple times. Yes, they have. Yeah. So they've made multiple.
Okay, hold on. Listen. So last year they went to the finals, right? The year before they got swept. And then the Eastern Conference Finals of 2018, they had Kyrie Irving on their team. You know how long ago that was?
It was a while, a couple years.
It was like 5 years ago.
Yeah, but still, but I'm saying that you're making my point for me. They've been on one.
Look at this. With this team, they've been on one deep playoff run. One.
Nah, multiple. I count Eastern Conference Finals deep run. They've been on multiple deep runs.
That was in 2018.
ready to play meaningful basketball. So
They had a different team in 2018.
These are the dog days of the NBA. They're ready to get into it. They're ready to play meaningful games. They'll be there when it counts. So they're going to be just fine, in my opinion. So we disagree on that one. No surprise, no shocker. Celtics still going to be there. I still got them advancing. All right, let's get to our next topic. So we got about 10 minutes left here. Warriors, Golden State Warriors. My goodness, they've gone 0-3 since Steph has come back. They were playing much better without him, but it's been difficult to plug Steph back into the lineup. What's going on with your Golden State Warriors?
Okay, well, first of all, the good news is that since Steph's comeback, he's been playing very good. He's been playing very great. But we haven't been winning. So I think we just have to, because we were used to him not being there, so now we just have to integrate him. So we were playing well. We found our groove. Then we got to add him back. And now once we get him into full swing, then we're going to be ready. And at our top game, when it comes to playoff time, we just need to get a few more wins, and we should be okay.
Draymond, what's going on with Draymond, man? I mean, he's walking off the court in the middle of the game, pouting, getting into it with Brooks. But is Draymond a distraction at all?
Okay, well, first of all, everyone's talking to Brooks, so I don't really blame that on him. Everyone. So, but him pouting and all, it's interesting. It's interesting, but maybe he is a distraction because of the punch and all. But I feel like we're gonna need him when it comes to the playoffs, and he's gonna be focused and locked in. So I'm not too worried about that. That's just the first reaction.
Okay. Draymond and Poole will be just fine. They'll go out to dinner and be
good. They'll be good. Yeah, they're best buddies now.
Best buddies. Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna see in the playoffs. All right. Phoenix Suns and KD. Again, KD had a setback. It's going to be out a couple of weeks. What does this do to the title chances of the Phoenix Suns?
This hurts their title chances a lot because they only have, I believe, under 20 games left. So they're only going to have them for like the last couple games of the regular season, if not the first game of the playoffs, because he says it'll be reevaluated in 3 weeks. So I don't know what's going to happen. So it's gonna be weird. So I think it does delay him. I don't think it's championship or bust anymore. Because that's how some people viewed it. It was championship or bust. I just think that they haven't played long enough, and so that's not fair to put them at that standard anymore.
Yeah. I mean, I think internally, even the new owner of the Suns said that this year wasn't championship or bust. It's more next season's what they were looking for. I think that's a little more realistic than this season. The only problem is there again that with KD, again, he's an older player. People don't realize just how old KD is.
Yeah,
right?
He's been in the league a long time.
Right. So that's going to be concerning. Injuries are going to be a part of the rest of his career. Chris Paul, injuries have always been a part and will continue to be. Booker has, issues with his hamstrings that he's always had. That I don't see that getting any better. So I just don't think Phoenix is a team that's going to be able to stay healthy enough to, would be able to win a title. And then they gave up so much of their depth to get KD. So, just don't see them being able to ultimately win a title this year or next year.
Yeah, like if they play, like I saw them a couple games they played against Dallas, against some of the other games they played. They're a really good fit when they play together, but I just don't think that they'll be able to stay that way. So because injuries.
Right. All right. Well, let's move on. We've got 2 more quick topics here before we go. The Lakers. Man, you have Russell. D'Angelo came back last night. Was looking good. So they are winning games. You have AD, Anthony Davis, putting up big numbers.
Yeah.
What are the Lakers' chances to get in the playoffs, and how far do you think they can go?
Yeah, I think they're definitely going to make the playoffs now. And just I don't know if this is a Dallas Cowboys sort of situation, but I feel like they're truly solidified themselves as a team that's going to be dangerous because when they had LeBron, they were winning big games. Now they don't have him. AD stepped up. D'Angelo Russell came back, had 28 and 9 last night. So I do think they're gonna make the playoffs, and they are a significant playoff team even without LeBron. But so when they get in the playoffs and they play, it looks like they'll probably play the Nuggets. The way it's looking now, if they get that 8th seed, they'll play the Nuggets. That's gonna be a really interesting series.
Just like we talked about a couple of weeks at the beach, we were talking about that matchup.
And the Nuggets lost to the Spurs last night.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy. I saw that.
Interesting.
So I'm more surprised from the Spurs side because I mean the way they've been tanking, I'm shocked. Out of all teams, they're gonna come out and beat the Nuggets. So that was
that's something.
Very, very surprising. On many levels. But I think Lakers are clearly going to make the playoffs. You know, how far can they go? Man, I mean,
they can go second round depending. They can go second round depending on matchup. Like if they play the Nuggets, I feel like they can get to the second round. If they play the Kings, I don't really know. But
yeah.
Because the Kings, they're younger and they got some. I don't know.
Yeah, Kings would be, and I don't see LeBron coming back. He may try because if they make the playoffs, there's going to be a lot of pressure on them. But I just don't see that.
But they're not getting swept. They're not getting swept by anybody. Like they're really good.
I just don't see his foot and ankle allowing him to push through the playoffs. I think it's something that he'll have to have more treatment on and probably come back next season. But it's going to be difficult, I feel, for him to come back and play. Like I say, he may try, probably be pressured too, but I just don't know if he's going to be able to successfully do that. So hope health to everybody. I don't have a good feeling about that. All right. Well, our last topic for today before we get out of here and I head on back, we have, Sacramento Kings are second in the West. What's going on with Kings? How far can they go?
The Kings, man, it just depends on matchup because I feel like there's about eight teams in the West that are about equal, which is really weird because you got the Nuggets, who are the number 1 seed, the Mavericks, who are the 7 seed, but they have Luka and Kyrie. The 8 seed Lakers have AD in that spot, and then it really depends. They really could win the West. I feel like I just don't know. Well, they could. No, I'm not going to say that they could make the conference finals, but I don't think they'll make the finals because of experience.
Experience, yeah.
So I feel like their ceiling is probably conference finals.
Yeah, it's weird. I would agree with that, but then when you go down the list of teams in the West, you can make an argument of why. With each team, you can make an argument of why they won't make it to the finals.
Yes.
Like you can make a strong argument about every single team that's going to be.
Yep, and you can make arguments on why they could make the finals and why they couldn't make the finals.
Right. And somebody's got to make it. Yeah. So you really have to see the brackets to understand who's going to make it. It's all going to come down to matchups. So that's when we'll do our job and make the correct picks. Once we can see the brackets, analyze it, we'll be able to give a good pick. But at this point, we're just guessing. It's not clear cut like the East. Can't just say because we all know what's going to happen there. But with the West, it's just too shaky. I mean, I picked the Warriors initially. I would still stick by that right now. I think Wiggins is actually the big key. Why they have been continuing. So
I don't know.
They've got to get Wiggins back. I'm not sure what's going on.
And
personally.
And Gary Payton too, because he hasn't come back yet.
Yeah, that's right. So I think that right. So I feel that the Warriors have a few more tools in their toolbox that they can bring out that will make them, whole. Whereas I don't think anybody else has anything else that they can bring out. They have strengths and weaknesses. It depends on matchups. But I think at the end of the day, the Warriors they've got Wiggins, who's a big piece. They're not winning. They're not going to the finals without Wiggins. And then Gary Payton II gives them another piece. So if they can get both of them back, then I think they're still the favorite to go through. And then we'll see what happens there. But, All right, man. Well, hey, got to get on out of here, get back to NC. So hold it down until I get there, man. And man, looking forward to getting back home.
All right, come back and just see these NCAA games and watch me get the perfect bracket and absolutely destroy you and everything. So just get back to normal.
Yeah, I got to get back so we can get into this March Madness. We got our live recording from Zaxby's. Got a lot of stuff coming up. So I will see you this afternoon. But all right, man, until then, enjoy sports, enjoy everything, enjoy family. Pick 'em pros. We are out.